I thought first about the setup. I really wanted Tim and I to be sort of surrounded by things, sort of like kid in the candy store. We're at like the percussion playground and we're just like going crazy. Hopefully what we are as a group is sort of encapsulated in this one piece.
We've performed it now already, we've rehearsed it many times, but it's always trying to get to that next level.
Yeah. You can always listen deeper and get to a higher level and really think about the sounds you're producing. Obviously we're not working on, okay, can we play our parts together? That was, a long time ago. We're really listening for how specific, we can get with every single moment. Tim is a lot of my sounding board. Like I have for every 10 ideas, he's like 9 of them are terrible or whatever. So he's a good editor of stuff.
He's really picky, and I always get the hard parts. But
that's true. That part is true.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's fun to collaborate on the piece and to see it kind of develop from nothing into its final product. And sure, I think it's a big deal for anybody who gets to play with a symphony orchestra. And as performers, we're always looking for new opportunities to play and to perform. And this takes us out of our normal chamber music duo ensemble, and to get to collaborate with a full orchestra in this kind of level is a really unique experience in general. There are not very many duo percussion concerti that have been written.
We love to travel, and we love to meet new people and see what everyone's doing all over the world, and then kind of bring that home and use that not only in our playing, but also our teaching. It could be something as simple as I got this instrument from this little store in Beijing, or it could be a broader compositional or performance idea that we learned just over years of traveling, or anything in between, I suppose.
I think, part of the international travel as well that's so interesting is exploring these different cultures that we get to go to. We always try to make a point that when we go somewhere, we try to schedule some time to be able to experience some of that stuff and not just play concert after concert after concert, and really kind of immerse ourselves in the culture a little bit more. In studying some of these world musics, like traveling to Brazil, how can you not go to Brazil and learn about samba?
This is the UMD Percussion Ensemble. We're doing traditional batucada, which is a Brazilian parade music, usually played during Carnival. This is a very, very small part of just, a very wide curriculum. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So who's in charge of the timeline here?
I'm with it.
The 8th note thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you got to make sure that your 16th notes are locked into here, right? Like you guys are the motor, and then you guys have to make sure that you know where the pulse is all the time, right? So the class this morning was 4 of our 5 current graduate students here. And the graduate percussion group is its own ensemble outside of the normal percussion ensemble that we have here that focuses on really high-level, high-skilled chamber music playing.
Like Tim mentioned, some of what we do coaching together is really unique. There's really no place in the country other than maybe one or two places I can think of that have a percussion, like a resonant percussion group that's actually there 24/7. I think the composite in general is pretty good. Just make sure we're really listening. Let's do that part again at A and try to adjust those things. Why percussion? That's actually an easy answer.
Because it's interesting.
Yeah, there's so many things to do. I really love being able to play snare drum or marimba or steel drum or just a pile of junk, literally, you know, and it just never gets old. You know, even when you come back to the same instrument, it just feels so fresh because there's so many different variables.
Even looking at the ensemble that played this morning with that collection of instruments, it's such a unique sound. Like, the glockenspiel is not played in the traditional manner. The vibraphone's not played in the traditional manner. There's use of glass bottles, right? So it's always something new, even if it's an old instrument like the glockenspiel. Like, creating a new way to play that instrument for that piece is just, there's always an exploration of sound.
Yeah, and as a composer, that's really my sort of my goal is to find something that I haven't heard before. And that's what I really love about exploring and experimenting from the compositional side, because then you can create your own sound world. You can create what you want to practice. Obviously, working at the university is amazing. It allows you opportunity to connect with students of lots of different backgrounds and experience levels, and that provides, obviously, most of the way to make a living.
As percussionists, we're always exploring new instruments and new sounds, and we kind of do that with our professional life as well, right? We have the educational side of things, we have the duo performance side of things. We both obviously play with the symphony, you know, playing other concerts with other groups, playing in a band at a bar somewhere, you know. So we're always trying to find new ways to play and hone our craft.